Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honors, and glories unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Bahashem Raha Kodash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of every millstone that do it well. Peace, blessings, and salutations be unto the members of the elect. The whole elect of the 1/3 to you I say shalom, shalom. This is Brother Dawadah from GMS Detroit Camp, coming at you with another video through the Spirit and power. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Bahashem Raha Kodash. Today I want to do a video, which this will be another in transit. And the topic of this video will be, and the title rather, will be, My People Have a Poor Diet. The Lord's will this video will be edified. Now, as you know, Jake has been raised up, on fast food, raised up on, ramen noodles, raised up on, Kellogg's, cornflakes, all these different GMO foods, all these different foods that cause disease. You eat these different things, and they have all these different preservatives, all these different additives, all these different chemicals within the food, all right, that pollute your body, all right? Now, when you go to Ezekiel, the 4th chapter, which, before I even get into that, if you notice as of late, the Spirit's been heavy on the apostles, and on the elders, and on the Akim on down, to touch in on your health, right? Your health is very important. It's something that needs to be taken very seriously, all right? Especially in this day and age, all right? The scriptures say, good health is above gold and silver, roughly paraphrasing. This in the Apocrypha in the book of Sirach. All right, good health is worth more than rubies, is worth more than silver, is worth more than gold. You see, good health is extremely important. And that's why it's so important that now, all right, that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua has woken us up to this knowledge, woken us up to this truth. It's important that we apply these scriptures. The scriptures speak about having your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel, meaning what? You're applying these scriptures, you're walking that walk. All right, you're applying the scriptures, okay? Scriptures speak about taking care of your body, not eating too many meats, all right? Not eating too many meats. Scriptures speak about that in the Apocrypha, all right? It's important that we apply these scriptures and take care of our bodies, okay? When you read the book of Daniel, the 1st chapter, it speaks about how the eunuch, right, the eunuch of the king who was put in charge over Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, and Daniel, which Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, those were their slave names, as it were. They had Hebrew names, all right, which it gives you their Hebrew names in the book of Daniel, the 1st chapter. Anyhow, they were commanded, or rather, the eunuch wanted them to eat the king's meat. All right, he wanted them to eat that diet of the king's meat, and then they protested. They said, "Look, let us eat, pulse, which is veggies, and drink water, and let's do that, improve us. In other words, let's do a little experiment. Let's put it to the test. And if our countenance is leaner and fatter than those that eat the king's meat, then let us eat our pulse. But if our countenance be less fair and leaner than those that eat the king's meat, then we'll eat the king's meat." So the eunuch, he was in fear because he had this position over those 4 individuals. So he had this position to take care of them. So he's like, "Look, all right, let's put it to the test," right? Because at the end of the day, he wanted to secure his job, secure his position, all right, which was to take care of those children. So he's all right, well, let's put it to the test. They put it to the test, and Daniel and his friends, their countenance was leaner. They looked healthier. They looked a lot better than those that ate the king's meat. So from that day forth, that eunuch, he allowed them to eat the king's, slip of the tongue. From that day forth, he allowed them to eat their pulse instead of the king's meat. Roughly paraphrasing, it's all in Daniel, the 1st chapter. See, so it shows you that having knowledge of what you're taking in, all right, can greatly affect your countenance. If you have a problem losing weight, the number one thing I recommend is changing your diet. number one, changing your diet. All right? You'll see a lot of Jakes that'll be self-conscious about their weight. Oh, I don't like how I look. I don't like all this weight I have on me. I feel like I can't get rid of it. The reason why you can't get rid of it is primarily because of your diet. Okay? Number one is your diet. Okay? Like Jake will eat, McDonald's. Jake will eat KFC. Jake will eat Shake Shack. But then they'll turn around and say, well, I work out. I go to the gym. But then you look at their physique and they're fat. They're out of shape. And then when you ask them, well, what do you eat? Well, during the lunch break, all they eat is McDonald's. McDonald's, KFC, Shake Shack, Burger King, Wendy's, all right? So on and so forth. All these different things serve to cause you to have that excess amount of fat. And it seems like you can't lose any weight. That's not the problem. The problem is not that you can't lose weight. The problem is that you ain't trying to really lose weight. Because if you were, you would change your diet. Right? Instead of eating all that processed food and those GMO foods and all that prepackaged garbage, what you should be doing is eating more fruits and veggies. And that's another thing. These different individuals that, constantly consume this junk and garbage food, one of the main things they don't do is fast. Fasting is a great way to lose weight. All right? Fasting is an extremely great way to lose weight. If you don't want to just go, you can go 24 hours without eating once a week or once every 2 weeks. That's a great way to start. Or better yet, just do a water fast, a liquid fast. All right? Instead of eating solid foods for one day, then instead you just do liquid, drink smoothies, juices, so on and so forth. That's a great way to get into fasting. So, which is another great way, once again, to lose weight. My people have a poor diet. Ezekiel, the 4th chapter. All right? Ezekiel is commanded to eat cow's dung. All right? Or rather, man's dung, I believe it was at first. And Ezekiel's, oh, no, I can't do this, Lord. And then the Lord said, all right, well, I'll give you something better. I'll give you cow's dung. And why did the Lord bring that up? Why did he bring that up? He brought that whole situation up because why? Because that represents the defiled food that we're eating over here on this side. All right, we're eating garbage. That's why they'll go to different places in Europe and they'll eat good, but then they swing over to America and they get sick. Why? Because the different things that we're eating over here is polluted. All right? It's polluted. It might as well be dung. They found E. coli, which is the bacteria found within feces. They found that within McDonald's food and upon the surfaces of their registers. So that shows you that we're eating defiled food. This isn't our kingdom. That's why I always say, eat the best of the worst. If you can afford to do better or to eat better, then do better at doing that. Non-GMOs. And then also another thing that you can do is, let's say you can't afford the non-GMO foods. Well, incorporate more fruits and veggies into your diet. All right? Let's cut out the sodas, cut out the Coca-Colas. All right? Cut out all those different pops and sugary drinks. All right? There are healthy alternatives to that are actually cheap. All right? If you got a taste for juice, you got red tart cherry juice. You go to your Trader Joe's, you get you one of those. They're only $2.99, at least where I'm at. All right? Actually, they're $4.99. So you get your cherry juices, your pomegranate juices. You got a Whole Foods. Whole Foods has a juice section. You go over there, you get you some nice organic juice. All right, which is much better than the garbage. What's that brand that they like? Is it Tropicana? I think it's Tropicana. Your Everfreshes. That's the one I wanted. Everfreshes. Way better than your Everfreshes. See, there's always a healthy alternative to what you eat. Let's say you like chips. You like Ruffles. Guess what? They have organic Ruffles by Simply Made. Organic Ruffles. You go to your local Walmart, they got them there. There's always a healthy alternative. All right, so with that, I'm going to leave it there. Our praise, honors, and glories be to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahshua, double honors to my apostles and elders. Wait, Millstone, peace, blessings to the elect. Shalom.